Bowman. We've got another project, yet again, where we have been asked to come behind a bunch of idiots who don't know what they're doing. In this particular case, they decided what they were going to do is finish this basement that leaked like a sieve. You see it's a finished basement, you got finished ceiling, you got recessed lights. Right here we had all the 2x4s, we had walls, and carpet. It was a completely finished basement. However, it had 3 feet of standing water in it. What you want to do before you finish a basement that has a history of having water in it is you want to put in a French drain. Now this basement's been underpinned, so we can't go completely next to the foundation like you would want to. We have to recognize and respect the underpinning. So what we're doing is we're going down about 18 inches. We've got this whole trough going all the way around here. Coming right here. This is a pump that we're using to keep the basement dry as we're doing the work. This is not fun work because the first thing you have to do is you have to cut the cement, then you have to drill it, then you have to take all the cement out in these buckets, and that's where the fun begins. Then you get to dig through that wonderful Baltimore City clay, which is so dense, it's unbelievable. All of this stuff has got to be brought out by bucket. We're lucky on this particular job because we have some doors here that go right out to the sidewalk. Usually we have to carry these up the stairs, out through the house, and into the dumpster. This is generally the best way to do a French drain. Is you dig about 18 inches out. You're going to go right next to the foundation. Now this is a typical Baltimore row home, which means there's another house next door. The majority of the water comes through the front and the back. They decided to put the tub for the sump pump in the middle of the basement. Again, these were not the sharpest tools in the shed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to continue digging this entire thing out 18 inches wide, about 18 inches deep. We're going to fill it with gravel. Inside the gravel is going to go a perforated pipe with a sock sleeve on it. The sleeve prevents the dirt from filling the pipe and making the French drain not usable and not operating. Then we're going to take a waffle board, which looks just like a waffle. It's plastic that goes right against here. It's not a waterproofing system, it's a water management system. Any water that does come in comes in through the foundation, stays on this side of the plastic waffle board, goes into the pipe, into the sump pumps, and then it's pumped directly outside the house. This is a very, very fun job if you're into sadomasochism. So, as you can see, we got the whole thing coming around here. And the reason why this is against the foundation again, and that is not, is because they did do some underpinning. And if we were to cut that out, we would jeopardize the integrity of the underpinning. Fill it up with gravel, put the pipe in it, fill it up with cement, and you have a waterproof basement. Again, it's not really waterproofing, it's a water management system. Let's go see what else these guys did. Now there's some more stuff they did is when they exposed the brick, they didn't really seal it or do any work to it. If you see as I run my hand across it, it just powders itself. That needs to be sealed, or that will just continually happen. And it's a really nice touch when you get that brick disintegrating onto the hardwood floors here. It's really awesome. These guys are great. Back here, we're dealing with some roofing issues because the previous contractor did not understand that water likes to go downhill. So we have a tremendous amount of water damage in this area of the roof. Another thing that they didn't, so get a shot of it, this is all exterior here. And they also didn't like to use a lot of insulation on this particular job. Now these contractors, I don't know their name of them, actually I do, but I'm not going to say anything. These guys are just cutting corners, ripping people off, which is just practically a sinful thing to do. That's the mold here from the water issue. Another problem that we're having here is because of the water issue, this solid oak floor is basically firewood. because you can see from the water spots on here, we actually have to take up the subfloor too because it's buckling so bad. Another thing we got in the back, up here, and we started adding insulation because again, these guys never put in any insulation. Now what we do on a job like that, I've worked behind this company, we've worked behind this company on several occasions. We come in and we will expose the exterior walls, so when I get a city inspector in here, there's really no question as to if there is or is not insulation. Everything is done above board. No insulation, no insulation. And again, here's a ceiling to an exterior with no insulation. So, and it leaks too. So what we've done is we rubberized the roof. They did a hot tar system, which they did a miserable job on it. We put a rubber roof on it and warranty it for 10 years. Transferable. So, we're going to walk through this part of the house again. The previous contractor was also nice enough to seal the appliances, the outlets, smoke detectors. They were really a bunch of great guys. This is the first floor. This is the dining room. Step down to the living room. They put a lot of their attention on nice details like crown molding and a recessed ceiling, but without any insulation, what's the point? We're going to take a look up here. And they took most of the light bulbs too. So again, here's the same floor as we had downstairs, however this has not been water damaged, save for the only reason there's not a roof above it. So, this is the deck that they put in. Again, not done up to code. And anytime you have a deck on a roof, you want it to be up to code, because it is a roof and somebody could really injure themselves falling that way. Here you can see the new rubber roof that we've installed here, all the way up. And again, we'll just warranty it. It's a transferable warranty. And then we're going to bring the deck up to code as well. Now this wall had the front and rear walls did have insulation, but what these guys did is they took a completely full bucket of paint and they went around the entire house pouring paint on the walls, and it was so thick we couldn't remove it. We had to cut sections of the wall out, and that's what you see done here. If you take get a close up of this outlet, this is where they put that's how thick the paint was. It completely just filled in the holes in the outlet. Of course, that's going to get replaced. This is the original house. So this is not an exterior wall. It does not need insulation. Usually when we do a rehab, we'll put insulation there as a sound barrier. The floors are going to be a lot of fun to salvage, but doing experiments, we're definitely going to be able to take a heat gun and get the paint off of these floors. They did that on all 3 levels too. We're going to take a look at the 3rd floor. We got the same paint situation. And here's a good example. Why don't you shoot over there for a minute? Here's a good example of what they did with the paint. Is they just poured it on and it sat there and it dried. But it was a lot of spots were much larger. This one we're actually going to be able to scrape and just skim over. Up on the 3rd level, again more paint damage. We were actually surprised to find some insulation in these areas. which is good. However, this is the 3rd floor. There's a roof above us. Lo and behold, you look up there, they decided that this house did not warrant insulation on the ceiling. Heat rises. It's a very, very, very silly thing to do. Something a normal contractor would not do. This is the 3rd floor deck. You can really get a good look at what a proper rubber roof is going to look like. We've got a rubber roof on top of the 2nd floor rear, and we got a rubber roof on the 1st floor here. That rubber roof is approximately 10 days old, and that just simply will not leak. So again, we got a lot of paint on the floor, a lot of damage. These areas just had massive amounts of air. It was actually easier for us to just completely cut that out. What you always want to look for in a job is any type of inspection stickers with dates. Baltimore City, you can go online, type in the address, you can get all the information. It's all available 24 hours a day online. And this is a very, very big house. Nice master bedroom here with a huge closet. I think this might be works. That's another thing about these guys they don't like, is they don't put the light switch where you think the light switch would be. That's awesome. There. No, they took the light bulbs. So they did a nice job on stuff that you can see. I mean, granite top, dual sinks, but really, I'd rather have a Formica top and a bunch of insulation. So again, this is all damage from the paint damage. And they were the type of people that when they were doing work, they would just put trash in the walls as opposed to getting rid of it. Again, something a good contractor won't do. And this is how bad the paint was. I mean, that is some ridiculously thick paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a heat gun, get the paint off, refinish every ounce of flooring in this house that is savable, and replace the stuff that's not. So you'll see some progress next time we're together. Have a good day.